Hey there, Wisconsin wine guy. I'm back again, and the party hasn't stopped yet here at Toot Kates. We're going to continue to do this for quite a bit. So every now and then, you're going to get these Toot Kates wine reviews because they do a great job in selecting their wines, for a wide, varied customer taste or palate. All right, so they have sweet wines, red wines, white wines, fruitier wines, drier wines, in addition to alcohol-free wines. It's Toot Kates here in Verona, Wisconsin. If you ever find yourself in Wisconsin, come to Verona and visit Toot Kates. All right, now, so that being said, we are still reviewing wines from their dispenser. We have a nice little dispenser, which they have like 8, 24, 36 16, 24 different wines in the dispenser, and I'm trying to go through the white wines, in the dispenser. So we're going to start now with let's see, Nisia from Spain, from Rueda, Spain. How often I think about when I had my wine shop, and it's funny because before I opened my wine shop, I went and looked at the competition in various cities here in Wisconsin, and coming from California, it's the same thing, and everyone sold wines from California. Like predominantly the shelves were California. But at the time of my wine shop, Spain was on the map for wine drinking, but it was on the map for being one of those places where you could have fine or drink good wine, right? The wines from Spain are very food friendly. You have Tempranillo, you have Garnacha, you have Carniña, you have many different varietals in Spain that goes great with food. What you find in European countries is that their wines are made for food. It's just not made for consumption, they're made for food, right? Same with the whites. So now, in Spain, from the Rueda region in Spain, Appalachian, we're doing the Verdejo. This is 100% Verdejo. Why I selected this wine, not just because it's a Verdejo, because it's a white wine from Spain, but because it said old vines. When you talk old vines, you're talking about vines that are like 10 plus years old, maybe 20 plus years old when you talk about old vines. For someone who had a winery or a vineyard, I would say wine with a vineyard once upon a time, my vines to date, I don't have the vineyard anymore, my vines to date are now 20 years old. And every now and then I go back and just pick out a couple of grapes and taste them to see how it's going. But old vines, it's a whole different dynamic when it comes to producing grapes or grape growing. Because the vine itself is producing a lot less clusters of grape fruit, a lot less clusters, but we're talking about intensity, all right? This is when, it's just like if you're taking care of your parents, or a brand new baby, and you're nurturing them. This is when you're nurturing the wines to get the most out of them, old vines. So, Verdejo, probably a grape that most people never heard of, all right? But go to Spain. You may can find these plantings, in other areas too, but predominantly from Spain. Old vines, Nisia, 2021. I like tasting wines that are an older vintage. I mean, we're talking 3 years old, okay? So 3 years old, one would think that, okay, it's at its prime right now. But I've had some white wines that are able to age for like 15, 20, 30 years old. So we can't say it's at its prime until we get a few bottles and sit on them for a while. This is coming in at 14% alcohol, a lot of sunshine, 14% alcohol, so the grapes are being very ripened. Take a look at that color, nice golden color here, rays of sunshine. Let's give it a taste. Oh, retail anywhere from $12 to $20 a bottle. Ooh. Oh, that nose is nice. Ooh. Of course, citrus. Okay. It also spends time on the lees, meaning it's the spit yeast, and it spends some aging time in that and swirl it around in order to give it a little bit more structure, a little bit more bite, a little bit more depth to it. Okay. So that's a plus. So you got older vines, spending time on the leaves, give it more structure, And it shows right here in the nose too. Wow, that just smells so nice. Subtle floral, citrus, as I said. And I'm gonna go with a little bit of white peach here. Now, two-step process always. Rinse, acidity, any tannins. Believe it or not, you can get tannins from white wine. Then we go into the taste and we rate. Here we go. Wow. My mouth is watering, no doubt. Remarkable acidity. It's summertime. When it's summertime, you want to drink something that's going to keep you thirsty, right? And something that's also going to be enjoyed with varied amounts of food. And this definitely hits the mark when it comes to that. Oh, wow. On the taste, it's exactly what I smelled on the nose. But more. You definitely get the benefits and the richness of spending time, like 6 months or so, on these spent yeast, the leads. You definitely get that richness on the palate. That's very nice. And maturity in the vines. Maturity in the vine says, just like, yourself growing older, maturity in the vine says, you know what? I got this. I spend time. I've become wise. I understand now. As it relates to vines, they become one with the soil. You understand everything that's coming out of that soil and then picking out the best and discarding the rest, right? So you definitely get that here. Wow. 14% alcohol. The only way you're going to know it's 14% if you drink half of the bottle. By yourself, you'll know it's 14%. But initial taste, it's just wonderful. I can see this going with a varied amount of foods. I mean, it's summertime. Things are pineapple. I'm gonna go pineapple, tropical fruits. I'm gonna go pineapple here. Just at that moment. I love a wine that evolves each and every time you begin to taste it. So, the old vines, Nisia Verdejo from Spain, 2021, double thumbs up. Can't go wrong with this. If you can find this at wherever you shop for wine, you probably find this mainly probably at wine shops. But wherever you shop for wine or your local wine bar, like I am, give it a taste, give it a try, let me know what you think. It's your Wisconsin Wine Guy. Saying as always, let your public be the guy. And I'll see you next time here at Toot Kates. Ciao!